the fact that I get to play with Raven again, which is great. We have such a great shorthand comedy-wise. I'm loving where the stories are going. So I'm now reading the script as a fan. Before I was just immersed in the script and we're doing that. So Raven was just like, okay, this is what we're doing. But now there's a lot of scenes in which there's history.
Hi, Rondell. Thank you so much for speaking with PopCulture today. How are you?
I'm wonderful. And you?
I'm good. I'm very excited to speak to you. So Raven-Symoné is back for season 5. The Disney Plus family is really doing its thing. Why do you think that the show has registered so much with fans that it came back, but not only did it come back, but now we're in the 5th installment of this?
I just think that people can't get enough of Raven-Symoné. And then you add the fact that we're now in familiar territory from the original episode. So we go back to the house with the kitchen. We go back to the chill grill. We go back to the classroom. And it gives you the warm and fuzzies all over again with that show. New characters. You know, it's also the difference of going from That's So Raven, going to Cory and House, and now we're at Raven's home, 5th season. It's like your mom's pound cake or peach cobbler, where you like, man, I want some of that old, and bam, it's there. You know, to make you forget if you just happen to watch this show and you forget what happened the last 2 years, you're gonna go, wait, we're in the same house. We're in the same, yeah, it's that should put a smile on your face, and then nothing's changed.
What are you most excited for fans to see for this season? What, as far as the characters' growth and the development, and from my understanding, obviously there are new characters as well.
We have 3 new characters on the show, Emmy, Felix, and Mimi, which they're just phenomenal, and they add so much to the show. I'm gonna let everybody enjoy it in their own way because I don't want to give anything away about the characters. But the fact that I get to play with Raven again, which is great. We have such a great shorthand comedy-wise. I'm loving where the stories are going. So I'm now reading the script as a fan. Before I was just immersed in the script and we're doing that. So Raven was just like, okay, this is what we're doing. But now there's a lot of scenes in which there's history and backstory in the scene. So when you're fans of the previous show, now watching the show where it's grounded and back in San Francisco, you'll know things. You'll be like, oh, and that to me is the best part.
And how important has this role been in your career, personally and professionally? Because oftentimes we don't get to see such a positive image of a Black family and a Black father, and you have played in this role, my apologies, for as long as you have.
That question is just there's so many layers to that question. I didn't realize how impactful this show was until I think I traveled more than anybody else in the cast. I'm a stand-up comic. I worked all over. I remember being in Brazil. I was in Rio de Janeiro on the Ipanema beach. And I wore my normal clothes that I wear when I go out. I had a baseball cap and I had glasses. So literally, this is pre-pandemic. So this is all you can see of my face. And there's a little hut on the beach, and I wanted a soda. And so I pointed to the soda, and I had some Brazilian money, and I held it out, and the guy took the money, and I turned, and there's a couple there, and they go, Raven. I had not said a word, and they went, Raven. And I was in Hong Kong, major intersection where there's 9, 10 different intersections. It's that scene where you always see when people are crossing, massive amount of people cross, and then the lights change and cars go. I'm standing there, and I remember standing there. I'm in Hong Kong. My first thought was, I am the tallest person in Hong Kong. I was thinking that I am the tallest person. And there was 2 little schoolgirls next to me, and they looked up at me and said, Raven. And I go, wow. And 2 or 3 times I've been to South Africa, the love from there is just incredible. And it just made me realize how much that show and now the continuous line of that show is celebrated all over the world. And to be part of something like that is something I could not have fathomed at the very beginning.
Well, it's been a pleasure to watch. I look forward to watching this season play out in its entirety. Well done. And thank you so much for talking with us today.
You're more than welcome. You will enjoy the season, I promise.